Hello, I'm Dr. Vicki Peterson. I want to talk to you today about breast cancer. Definitely a scary topic, but one that can be less frightening, I think, as we appreciate what the research is telling us for how to prevent breast cancer, even once you've been diagnosed, major things you can do to improve your risk profile. So this is a very extensive subject. I do want to tell you that I just wrote a very in-depth blog on the site, which is Root Cause Medical Clinics, that's with an S.com. So you can visit that blog and really see a very in-depth look, but I want to touch on some very important points. So the incidence of breast cancer has really increased. It used to be 1 in 40 women, and now it's 1 in 8. And it's definitely been appreciated that certainly it's not genetics that changes that quickly, but our diet and lifestyle does. So dairy products are definitely something I think everybody should avoid, but very particularly avoid if you have any risk really of any kind of cancer in your family, or certainly if you've been diagnosed. A study showed that women who drank 3 glasses of milk or more, or their equivalent, so in other words, if that was cheese and ice cream, etc., 3 glasses or its equivalent or more doubled their risk of breast cancer as compared to women who drank less than 1 glass a day, or its equivalent. So that was one major area. So get rid of the dairy products. As I said, I feel that that should be the case for everyone. I don't think there's any benefit to them. Then the other area is saturated fat. Now you can think about what's the difference between coconut oil as saturated fat versus the saturated fat found in animal products. I would say this, that the saturated fat found in dairy, again, chicken, beef, these are the things that I would definitely try to avoid. And in the highly processed foods where they're adding the bad rancid oils, certainly in the arena of saturated fat, maybe coconut is a healthier one. But what's your cardiac profile look like? And do you have weight to lose? And if you don't, then a little bit of coconut oil is fine as a saturated fat, but otherwise the animal aspects of it I would absolutely avoid. Next in the hit parade is sugar. Sugar is so evil. I know if you're a sugar addict and you just kind of groan when I say that. I completely understand. I used to be a sugar addict. I know what that's like. You can actually get over that addiction pretty fast. You just have to kind of hold it together for 3 to 5 days. And if those cravings are very intense, there's a reason for that. And again, I speak from very personal experience. So hormonal imbalance, gut imbalance, which are things that have to be enhanced to reduce your risk of cancer and even increase your risk of surviving cancer if you've been diagnosed. Looking at the gut and looking at hormone balance is very, very key. So we still have to get rid of that sugar because cancer cells love sugar. A lot of bad cells love sugar, but sugar is absolutely a known carcinogen, so we have to get rid of it. Alternatives, stevia seems to be a pretty safe alternative. Absolutely not in the artificial ingredients. Remember, stevia is a plant, so it's not an artificial sweetener. And then just good old-fashioned, date sugar and using dates in recipes, things like that, is the best idea. Soy comes up a lot. I had a patient recently who was just diagnosed with breast cancer. The only advice they gave her was not to consume any soy. Now, GMO soy, I completely agree, bad idea. But organic soy, if you don't react to it, some people react to soy. It's not a very high food sensitivity, but it's common. So, but if you're not reacting to it and it's organic, soy is fine. It's a phytoestrogen, but that doesn't mean it binds to the same receptor sites as does estrogen that's creating breast cancer. So actually very different. I have a whole blog on that on my website, and if you go to the recent blog on breast cancer, you'll see that link where you can just go direct to that if you want to learn more about soy. There's something called lignans and these are phytonutrients, also phytoestrogens, found in a lot of plant foods, highest in flax seeds. So there's been a lot of great research on about 2 to 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed a day as being very protective against breast cancer, and even being a nice adjunct to tamoxifen, which is the medication, the drug that women are given when they have the estrogen receptor site positive breast cancer. So the flax came in and sort of enhanced the ability of that drug to work. So it's a natural phytoestrogen like soy, very, very safe, and has been shown to reduce the growth of tumor cells. So flax is your friend. I really recommend that you don't get it ground, because then it can go rancid, and a rancid oil will not have the same benefits as a fresh one. So buy it if you want to do a couple of days in advance. If you just have a designated coffee grinder, that's what we have at home. You know, they're very little, and you can do 2 days at a time if that makes life easier, but I wouldn't do more than 2 days at a time ground, so you're really getting it fresh. And then the rest of the research talks about at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. I really like 9. Getting exercise is very, very key, about 30 minutes a day minimum, 6 days a week, so as many days of the week as you possibly can. Some of the great anti-cancer foods in the fruit category, berries and citrus kind of win the prize for anti-cancer. In the vegetable category, the dark green leafy greens, the crucifers, so that's cauliflower, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, all of those wonderful vegetables are very anti-cancer. The best nuts are walnuts, peanuts, and pecans. If you know your legumes, you know peanuts are actually not a nut, they're a legume, but the research put them in the nut category because I think we just sort of think of them that way, and they are anti-cancer. Depending on what diagnosis you get and how far advanced your cancer is, I think regardless of what other strategy you're going to take, what we absolutely know is that we need a strong immune system to fight cancer. And if you have advanced cancer and you need to do chemotherapy or you need to do radiation, you really want to have a strong immune system backing you up in between those times of treatment. Now, Dr. Longo created the Prolon program, which we've been using here at the office. Again, you can look that up and get more data about it. But what the Prolon program is, it's 5 days at a time, and it's a low calorie, but it's not a fast. And what it does is it augments your immune system to get what's called autophagy ramped up. And autophagy is your body's process whereby it attacks bad cells like cancer cells. So it's actually enhancing your immune system to go after the bad guys. Now that's something you can do simultaneously, and they've done studies. Dr. Longo's Institute has done studies with women with breast cancer and showing that they had a better outcome even while taking cancer drugs, which are very hard on the immune system, that they were stronger because of the Prolon program. So again, that's on our website as well if you want more data about that. Of course, your most wonderful bet is if the surgeon can just cut out the tumor, get a lumpectomy, and then we do everything we can to boost your immune system, reduce toxicity, and get you strong again. And then if it's just something that's in your family, we can also look at your genetics and see any little defects that you have that we can support nutritionally. So there's so much that can be done, and I wanted to just give you some data. Please share it with others. But don't think that what you eat and don't eat doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. So I hope this was informative, and I'll see you soon. If your health is not the way you want it to be, please reach out via the website. I would love to meet with you and sit down and do a consultation. And you can contact us at the clinic, 408-733-0400, or visit the website, rootcausemedicalclinics, it's with an S.com. See you soon.